All right, good morning, everybody. We are moving further into area. Yesterday's area lesson, everyone in class did fabulous. I looked at some of your work. It looks like you did a great job too, kids online. So today we make it just a tiny bit harder, not much. I think you guys will see this is pretty easy, okay? So before we do anything new, let's warm up with an area problem like we did yesterday. So I'm going to move my big chart back up here. So if you forget your formulas, you've got them. All right, so remember, the perimeter is around the outside rim, and the area is how much space fills in the shape. We've got two formulas. We know how to use them. So first thing today, Noah?
I was drinking my chocolate milk, and I put my chocolate milk down and thought it was my chocolate milk, and I rubbed over my marker over my face.
Okay. All right, hold on just a second, guys. All right, I am back. So first we're warming up. I need everyone to draw this with me on your whiteboards. We have a rectangle. All right, now the length of our rectangle, we're going to say is 8 feet. The width of our rectangle, the short side, is 5 feet. All right, which equation do I use if I asked you to find the area? Abby?
8 times 5.
8 times 5. So the actual equation without the numbers filled in, Abby, would be what? So,
A equals L times W.
yep. So now we can fill in what we know. We don't know the area. That's what we need to know. Our length is 8, and our width is 5. So the area equals, what is 8 times 5? Liam?
40.
40. Nice job. All right, you can tell me how to write my label for area. Noah?
So we're going to write FT.
Right, for feet.
And then we're going to write a little 2 on top of it.
Boop, boop. All right, that's it. Okay? Any questions on basic area? Angie?
How did you know it was area?
Because I just said it. The question would say up here, find the area of this shape. Okay? I just didn't write that down. All right, any questions on our steps? Okay. Hayden?
My sister's working on, perimeter and area, and I thought it was really easy at first, but then I looked at her paper.
It does get harder, okay? That's why when you do all of this now, you want to learn it to perfection, okay? Best you can learn it. All right, here's a different type of problem. So everyone pay close attention. This is our new thing today. So we're going to draw another rectangle. All right, friends at home, this is our biggest problem in class. I hope you're doing much better than we are. I'm looking around the room, and a lot of people aren't really keeping with me. All right, by now we should have a rectangle. The length of our rectangle is 6. The area of our rectangle is 30 millimeters squared. So this is also millimeters. And our width is unknown. All right, shh, hold on. Let everyone write. I want everyone's picture to look like mine. Write it down. I am excited, though, that I could see a spark in everyone's face that you knew what to do. Now, before we start jumping into what to do, I do want everyone to write down our area formula, okay? I'm going to make you do this right. So like Hayden said, when you get older and these problems are harder, you always start with your formula. So we know area equals length times width. All right, now we can fill in what we know. And this is different than normal. So Angie, what is one thing we know from the problem?
There's a number that times 6 that equals 30.
There's a number times 6 that equals 30. So for my area, for the A, what can I fill in below it? Cadence?
A equals something.
Well, what do we know this time? Do we know the A? We know the A. Zoe?
4.
Oh, what's the area? What's it say right here? 30. Okay, so my area is 30. So if they give us the area, can we write it in the problem? Yep. So make sure you're writing with me. We know the area. Do we know the length? Hayden?
Well, we know the area, and we could also write it 30 divided by 6.
Yes, I know we could, but right now I am trying to walk you through this so you all understand it. Do we know our length? This is the only answer I want right now.
Yes.
Yes, what is it?
It's 6.
6. We knew that because it's on the problem. The long side is labeled, it's 6. Times, all right, W. Do we know our width? Chloe?
Well, kinda, and yes, because Angie just said there's 6. There's like something you can make 30 out of 6.
Right. So you guys are all jumping ahead of me. Right now, all I want us to do is write our formula based on what we know. We knew the area is 30. We know the length is 6. Do we know our width? Cadence.
Yes.
Not yet, we don't. Okay? We do not. That's the part we don't know. There's a W there. There's not a letter or a number. So we write the W. That is step 1. Okay? So now, you are all trying to answer this right away. Can we figure out what times 6 is 30? Yeah, it's not very hard. But I need you to understand this part. So next when we do, don't jump ahead of me. Emma, what times 6 would be 30?
You could divide 40 with 6.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to think of it. You can think what times 6 is 30, or you could do 30 divided by 6 equals, whatever we get will be our width. Abby?
It's 5.
It is 5. All right, and then we got to make sure we get our label right. Okay, now here's a tricky question. Think before you raise your hand. Do I need to put a small 2 on my width answer? Josiah?
No.
You're right. Why not, though? I thought we're doing area.
Because it's not the answer overall. It's just what the W is.
Okay. So the only time we need the 2 is when we're giving the actual area, okay? If I'm just finding a side length, that side is 5 millimeters. So we could fill that in up here. W is 5 millimeters. And if you want to check, make sure you're right, I can say 5 times 6, that's 30. That's all today's lesson is, okay? Today we'll find area when you have a missing side.
I thought the width was 9.
Nope. Because 9 times 6 would be what?
Who's doing
Shh, I am talking with Liam right now. Okay, so we're going to do another one. Angie?
It's kind of if you don't get this.
Right, we only did one example, okay? And you guys kind of were jumping ahead and ahead and ahead. So next time we're going to go through it my speed, my pace.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right, if you don't want to erase your whole rectangle, you can just change the numbers. All right, so this time, the area equals 36 inches squared. So we know the area. We know the width is 4 inches, but we don't know the length this time. So everyone draw your picture. We know the area, we know the width, we do not know our length. I'll give you about 10 more seconds to write all that down. Once you're done, start thinking through what equation you need to write first and then what you can fill in. So we should all know the equation. It is right here. It will not change. Area is length times width. That's step 1. And now we fill in what we know. So what do we know in this problem? They gave us 2 numbers. Hayden, what's one thing we know?
36 is A.
36 is our area. So we can get 36 equals. Emma, give me another one.
We know the width.
We know the width. So I'm going to copy my L. We don't know that, but we do know the width is 4. Does anyone have a question up to this point? So all we did, we drew the picture, we wrote our formula, we filled in what we know. Any questions? If you've got them, ask them, because you're probably not the only one. Okay. So then now there are 2 ways to think of this. If you are way better with multiplication, it might help you to think 4 times what is 36? Or you can kind of reverse it and think 36 divided by 4 equals what? Either way you think of it, you'll get the right answer. Let's see, Noah, what'd you get? 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So L equals 9. And if you want to write it on your picture, you can. And it's just 9 inches. Because it's a side length, we don't have to put the little 2. right, nice job. Let's try one more. And if you want, you can even leave your formula if you want, because it's not going to change.
Oh.
If you erased it, you can write it again. Good thing it's easy. All right, this time, let's do... All right, area equals 60 feet squared. And we know our length is 10. We do not know our width. I'm going to give you a head start. Okay, fill in into your equation what you know on your formula. We know two numbers, we don't know a third. And if you can try to solve it, go for it. I'll give you all about 10 more second head start.
You're going very fast.
All right, I'm going to start slowly filling mine in so you can check it with me as you go. Oh, I am getting some thumbs ups. Nice job, guys. All right. So remember, if you want to check and make sure you're correct at the end, well, I know that my width and length multiplied together has to be 60, so I can do that in my head. 6 times 10, it's 60. We are correct. Hayden?
I just know 6 times 10, or 10 divided by something equals 60, divided by 10 equals something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty easy because all you had to do was one.
Yeah. Okay, now these are easy, but here's the caution statement. When you are doing your homework and your tests, if you don't show me work, you will not get full credit. You will not, okay? You just can't. When you do a test for anybody, they need to see your work, or I don't know how you came up with your answer. Part of knowing that I know you know what you're doing is you can go through all the steps. So here is what would be appropriate. On a test or a homework sheet, you're going to have all this already drawn. You don't have to draw that. How long does this take? Not long, right? It does not take that long if you just get it done and write it. This is enough work to show, okay? Show your formula, show how you filled it in, show your answer, okay? Quentin?
So that should take like at least like just 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Or even less than that. Once you get good at filling this in, it's really fast, okay? Josiah?
I didn't put the A equals L times W on my homework
Okay.
because I asked you and you said after a few weeks
Yes.
you could just do it.
So here's a good bit of advice. Maybe at the top of a homework sheet where you're going to use this formula over and over, you write it across the top so you don't forget. So if you start with this step right here, I'm okay with that. But for some people, it is going to help you to write the whole thing out to see what you know to fill in. Okay? All right. Friends at home, that was a fast lesson, but I think we've got it. So do your best work, and I will see you tomorrow.